Hey, it's Ken Countess, and I'm here on Facebook Live, and I'm also doing this simulcast on Zoom. So why am I here? I have committed to doing 30-minute live marketing workshops or classes every day, 7 days a week, at least for the foreseeable future, to help business owners, people like you and me, to try to overcome the slowdown, the disruption in our businesses because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, you all know that I'm a marketing guy, have been for a long time, and my goal is to help as many people as possible, as I mentioned, to overcome this really difficult situation. You know, we're all in this together. And if we work together and help each other, we can really overcome in a big way the kinds of things that are challenging so many of us. So many of us are just poor at marketing. Let's face it, most of us are either out there selling or we're in the back room in operations, and many of us just aren't on the front lines marketing our businesses. But the reality is that when you come right down to it, everybody has a role in marketing their business. So if you like this event, and this is the second in the series, we'll be on every morning at 8:30 Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern. I'll be showing you the places to find us on Zoom and, of course, here on Facebook Live every day. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. This is called 5 Essential Tips to Energize Your Sales. So why are you here even this long? You've been with me a minute or so. Why are you here? It's probably because you want to make more money. So what I'd like you to do is let me know the struggles that you're having with marketing. Go ahead and ask questions. Put them in the chat box, the Q&A, whatever way you're able to leave me some comments or questions, do that. And by the way, if you're watching on Facebook Live, just know that what I'm saying you'll hear 40 seconds later. There is a built-in delay on Facebook Live. Most people don't know that. So if I don't answer you right away, it's because it didn't show up at the time that I said it. I will go back in and I'll answer all the questions and comments that I see once we close this live event, okay? So for those of you who don't know me very well or even at all, my name's Ken Countess. I've been known as one of Constant Contact's top trainers in the world for over 5 years. I was their top trainer worldwide in 2018. And by the way, if you combine 2018 and 2019, I was top trainer for the 2 years combined. But in 2019, somebody named Aaron in the Carolinas got that recognition. And congratulations to you, Aaron. For the last 19 years, I've been helping businesses of all sizes grow with digital marketing. And prior, I was a senior marketing executive at 3 Fortune 100 companies. Now I'm managing director of the Countess Group. We partner not only with Constant Contact, but also Zoho and Keep and Microsoft, several other companies too, whose names you may or may not recognize. But in short, what we do is we help businesses like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition with targeted marketing. Here's what I'm going to teach you in the next 20 minutes. It's how to be a better marketer. So if you're ready, let's get started. Today's topic is 5 essential marketing tips to energize your sales. So once again, let's get started. And let's do that by getting on the same page. A lot of people think that sales and marketing are the same. And they're related, but they're not the same. Marketing is not sales, and sales is not marketing. What marketing is it's about building relationships. That's what marketing is intended to do. It helps to pave the way for someone to buy from you or from your company. So I told you I've got 5, count them, 5 marketing tips, essential marketing tips. Here's marketing tip number 1. For those of you who know me, you see me at chamber meetings or SCORE meetings, you know that the number one thing I talk about many, many times is email, because in a world where digital marketing rules, it's email marketing that still keeps the title of king or queen. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few moments. What I really would love for you to do is think about the value of the list you have. Think about your tribe. Who's in your tribe? If you don't have a marketing list per se, you can actually start with the people that you send emails back and forth to all the time. And you may say, well, I don't want to market to them. Well, okay, I get it. I was like that too when I first went out on my own about 20 years ago. But guess where your best possible customers are? Your referrals, the people who know you the best, the people who trust you. It's your friends and family. So don't be afraid to put them on their list. They can always unsubscribe or opt out if they want to. But the point I'm getting to is that your business will thrive based on how big your list is. And it doesn't really matter what the number of people on your list is. It's really the quality of the list. It's okay to start small. Everybody starts small. You know, the biggest companies in the world started really small. Coca-Cola at one point was really small. In fact, you may or may not remember the name Nokia when it comes to cell phones. When Nokia was first getting into the cell phone business, I was working for Motorola, the king, the titan of cell phones. And I know the story behind how Nokia got in the business. They created a cell phone in one of their labs. Nokia, believe it or not, was in the toilet paper business. And I just thought of it as I'm talking about this. You know, what's in such short supply now and why, we don't know, but it's toilet paper. Nokia decided to get into electronics, and they created a cell phone, and they had no market for it. And one of the salespeople walked into British Telecom with a bag of phones and said, try these out. Well, it turns out British Telecom liked the phones, and guess what? They wound up buying them, and Nokia turned into a giant in the cell phone industry. But it didn't start that way. It started with one customer. So when it comes to your marketing list, it's not how big your list is when you start out. It's about the size of your list. So let's go through a quick example. I want to give you a sense of how to quantify your list. So let's use this example. You can grab a sheet of paper if you want, or just watch what I'm about to show you. Let's say, for example, that you have 1,500 people on your list. And let's say that your average sale is $1,200. Maybe you sell flooring or appliances, or maybe you do pressure washing. Let's say your average sale is $1,200 and your list is $1,500. If you multiply the two of those numbers together, that gives you your average, or rather a value to your list. The list size times the average sale. That's what we impute as the value of your list. Now, that's not to say that every social media post you put out or every YouTube video you put up there is going to result in $1,800,000. Of course not. But it gives you a sense of, for every name you add, that's worth something to you. So never sell your list and continually market to your list, okay? If you're using email, one of the things to recognize is just sending out an email really isn't good enough. An email that isn't opened doesn't ring the cash register. It's simply not effective. So how do you get people to open your email? One way is, and the best way, is to make sure you've got a great subject line. Okay, so what I want you to think about is, think about being an interrupter, all right? The subject line should interrupt somebody's day. It should cause them to want to open your email. But keep that subject line on your email really short. Size matters. How does it matter? It matters for a couple of reasons. Most emails are now opened up on mobile devices. And mobile devices, your smartphone, where's mine? Your smartphone, when someone sends you an email and you read the subject line, it only displays between 30 and 40 characters. So keep the subject line pretty short. 40 characters on an Android device, about 30 characters on an Apple iPhone. So 4 to 7 words in the subject line gives you the greatest response. And by the way, why do I talk about email as much as I do? It's because that has the highest return on investment of any marketing tool with an ROI of 42 to 1. $42 back on average for every dollar you spend on an email campaign. One of the clients I have that we love to talk about is based in Ormond Beach. If you're in Florida, you probably know where that is. It's near Daytona. They came to one of my workshops a few years ago, and at that time, for 4 years running, their average sales were about $50,000. Not bad, not a bad place to be, but they wanted to grow. They had been using AdWords, and it wasn't working very well. So they decided to try using email marketing in 2013. And in 2015, they sent me this video.
Hi, I'm Pamela Fay, co-owner of Imprints for Less, founded in 2010. We provide over 1 million products with your logo on them. Everything from bags, pens, cups, anything you can imagine. In our first year, we averaged $50,000 in sales. Business growth was slow in the first 3 years, and in 2013, we started using Constant Contact. With the help of Ken Countess, our business tripled almost immediately. Today, we average over $500,000 in sales annually. Everyone at Imprints for Less would like to thank Constant Contact and Ken Countess. Thanks, Ken.
So it doesn't matter if you're using Constant Contact or something else. They were a pretty interesting success story in that just 2 years, they grew tenfold. And last year, they neared $800,000 in sales. Remember, they had $50,000 in sales 4 years in a row, started using email instead of AdWords, and grew tenfold in 2 years, and they've continued to grow. For this client, the return on investment of email is over 300 to 1. Remember, the average is about 42 to 1, which I'll bet is better than most anything anybody else is using. All right, that was tip number 1. Essential marketing tip number 2 is use Facebook. You're probably watching this right now on Facebook. I will be moving it over to YouTube as well at some point. But the point of Facebook is this: just about everybody uses it. Facebook has over 2 billion people using it every month. And more than half of Facebook users log into Facebook every day. The nice thing about Facebook is you can actually see who your tribe is. So in this example, what you're looking at is a screenshot from the Facebook Business Manager on our business page. And what it shows you is that most of our audience tends to be males. About 2/3 of our audience is male, and they tend to be between 25 and 45 years old. So you can get pretty granular, and you can determine pretty easily who to market to on Facebook. But I want to caution you, simply posting on Facebook, just putting stuff out there, isn't marketing on Facebook. Now, during this session, I won't be talking about Facebook ads, but what I can tell you is you can put Facebook ad campaigns together that cost you, as little as 50 cents to $1 a click. Depends on your audience, depends on your industry, but it is possible. Let's say that you don't have an advertising budget. Most small businesses do not spend very much on advertising. And the good news is that once you start to build a pretty good audience, that diminishes your need to spend a lot of money on Facebook ads. Of course, if you do spend the money, you'll get a better result. But what I wanted to share with you, especially at this time, and today is Tuesday, March 24th, that's when I'm live. We're at a point now where the COVID-19 virus is taking hold in a big, big way across the country. So in the state of Florida, gyms and fitness locations have been forced to shut down. Restaurants too. Restaurants are only open for takeout. This fitness workout center called Fitness Partners in Longwood, Florida, decided to get a little creative. Their gym is shut down. People can't go to it. But they didn't want to close the doors, obviously. They wanted to figure out a new way to bring in business. So they've taken to Facebook pretty aggressively. Here's a post they put out there on Sunday, a couple of days ago from the day that I am putting this live broadcast on. And what it says is, we hope you enjoyed Yoga Live this morning. This was Sunday morning. Our next Fitness Partners live class will be a boot camp on Monday at 5 p.m. All right? And you can see that at the time that I took this screenshot, they already had 9 interactions and 2 shares. They also had done a ride out on a trail nearby and, practicing social distancing, as we all need to do. They took this photo, and at the time that I took the screenshot, they had 20 people who either liked or loved the photo and the caption, and they had 2 shares there too. And then they were going to do the live workout yesterday. The screenshot was taken on Monday. And at the time the screenshot was taken, they had 11 likes and loves, a comment, and 2 shares. So this was a way for them to get the word out that, hey, they didn't close the doors. They're still in business. So Facebook's a very viable option for you too. Here's essential marketing tip number 3. Use video. This is a live video that you're watching right now, or maybe you're watching the replay. I did this same class a few hours ago, and right after I closed down the show, if you will, the broadcast, I checked Facebook and I found there were already 30 views of the video. Video is really important. It's really powerful. What a great way to get the word out about your business. The power of video marketing, whether you're doing it on Facebook Live or posting videos on LinkedIn or you're up there on YouTube, is that your audience isn't just reading, they're really being entertained or informed. It gets your brand out there and makes your brand more memorable. Now, if you're watching this, you see my logo is up there. I can't tell you how many times I have done an event or people see me in a store and they say, I know that logo. Well, I try to make a point of being as visible as possible. And when you have your logo out there, making you more visible, it could only work to your advantage. The other thing about video, especially when you post on YouTube, is if you put keywords in the description area, that helps your search engine optimization rankings, meaning that people can click on the video and go to your website. Or maybe you put the video on your website, put keywords up there, people will find it when they do a Google search, and that helps your SEO rankings, search engine optimization rankings. All right, hope that makes sense for you. All right, what else? Here comes essential marketing tip number 4. And that is to market for a mobile audience. We all know that we are totally dependent these days on our mobile phones. And what are we doing on our mobile phones? Most of the time, we're not making phone calls. What are we doing? We are checking our email. We check our email every day. And when we're on the go, even more often than when we're in our office or these days at home. 99% of people are checking their email every day. So you, as a business owner, You need to be in their inbox where they see you. That'll get your brand out there. That will keep people remembering you, and especially now that you are still in business. And the impact of mobile on email is this. 56% of emails are opened up on a mobile device. And did you know that people are checking their phones 150 times a day? And these days, without having to go into an office or not being able to go into an office, they're checking it even more frequently. Here's essential marketing tip number 5. It's use marketing automation. What does that mean? It means that you can create stuff well in advance and use technology to help get the word out about your business without you having to be there sitting at the keyboard hitting send different times of the day. The system will do it for you. And you can get started with automation super easy, whether you'd like to automate your social media campaigns or automate your email marketing campaigns. These are the things I recommend you try. I use Buffer. Buffer and Hootsuite compete with one another. They both allow you to create posts and put them out on your different social media networks or social media channels, scheduling them up to a year in advance. Here's a quick snapshot from my Buffer dashboard. And what you can see here is that I had 6 posts all scheduled to go out, and I could schedule them in advance. The text and the images could be different depending on which channel they were on. You can also use Constant Contact. I'll give you an example. I use something called Text to Join. You'll find it on our website. You'll find it lots of places. But when I do live events on site, I'll often put this slide up here that says, let us send you some free stuff. Just send us a text. And if you text, and you could still do this today if you want, send a text to the number that you see at the bottom, 22828, and the text itself is Marketing Coach. So you text Marketing Coach to 22828. The automation, the software system will respond to you automatically. And what's really great about this stuff is that people open those texts almost immediately. Then the system will send an email. And look at this. 70% of people who got the welcome email as a result of that text they sent, 70% of people opened it. And 43% clicked on the material that I allowed them to download right away. That's pretty awesome. So what's your next step to energize your sales? Well, I'm just going to suggest to you that you go for the gold. There's a lot of opportunity out there, especially now with so many people who are huddled up in their homes, fearful of what to do. If you attended my class yesterday here on Facebook Live, you know that what I said was don't be afraid to do something. Anything is better than nothing. And don't try to think that you can't do something until it's perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. And done is better than perfect. Get it done. Get some practice, especially now. People are so forgiving that you can experiment a lot. I'm not saying be sloppy. Of course, be professional. And if you need help, call me and I'll help you get the word out about your business. I recommend your next step is to sign up. If you're not already using email marketing, sign up for a free trial of Constant Contact. It's the country's largest email marketing paid service. There's no credit card needed. You can set up a free trial. It's free for 60 days. Use the URL that's at the bottom of the screen here. It's bit.ly. That's a URL shortener is what it's called. And then the words completely free trial. So bit.ly/completely free trial. If I see that you've set up a trial, I'll go ahead and I'll help you out. We'll help you create a free reusable template. We'll help you upload your list if you need help. We'll help you by providing training to get you started. And only when you're ready to start paying for the account, it starts at $20 a month. Very, very affordable. You can't go out to dinner for 20 bucks. The other thing is, if you're a do-it-yourselfer and maybe you'd like to try out our Email Marketing Academy, once again, use that URL shortener. It's bit.ly/EMM, which simply stands for Email Marketing, -Academy, bit.ly/EMM-Academy. That link will take you to our website. You'll be able to sample some of the content we have up there. If you decide you like it, then you sign up. All right, so those are 5 essential marketing tips to energize your sales. Tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, I'll be covering different material. Every day will be a little bit different. And if you send me some insight on what it is you'd like help with, I'd be happy to help you. I've got time for Q&A. I'll check out the Q&A box. If you haven't already connected with my business page, it's facebook.com/The Countess Group. There are about 6,000 people following us there. You can also connect with me on Instagram. It's instagram.com, of course, /KenCountessMarketing. Or if you're just on your Instagram app, on your phone, Ken Countess Marketing. There are 5,000 people following me too on LinkedIn. That's linkedin.com/Ken Countess. Again, on the app, just go to LinkedIn and type in my name. If you'd like to sign up for the other seminars and workshops and webinars that we do, go to our website. It's thecountessgroup.com and go to the Seminars and Webinars tab at the top, the red arrows pointing to it, and just sign up. Just about all of our classes are free. We're also on Twitter, we're on Pinterest, we're on YouTube, we have a podcast. There are over 60 episodes of our podcasts out there. Go to our website and just do thecountessgroup.com/podcast. Hey, we're a full-service marketing consultancy. Just about anything you need to market your business, we can help you with. As I mentioned before, we help businesses, by the way, and nonprofits too, just like yours, gain an unfair advantage over your competition. And who doesn't need an extra boost these days? There are so many people working from home now. We're competing with probably more people than before. So take advantage. We can coach you on what to do. We can do it for you. You can contact me to get a free consultation if you use this link that you see on the screen, bit.ly/meet-with-Ken. You'll be able to see my availability. You can set up a free appointment with me. No sales pitch. I'm here to help you. And if you prefer to use the phone, hey, go ahead and do that. I even answer the phone. That's the number, 407-242-4200. You can text me at that number as well. Hey, this is 5 essential marketing tips to energize your sales. I want to thank you for joining me. And oh, by the way, if you find my Facebook page, you can look today on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. I put up in fact, on the Seminole County Chamber of Commerce website as well. I'm able to offer you a way to save $240 on getting a new website built for you. All you need is a Constant Contact account. Just go to my Facebook page, my LinkedIn page, Instagram, Pinterest, our website, and let me know that you'd like to take advantage of that, okay? Hey, I hope to see you tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern and 8:30 in California.
Hey, this is Ken Countess, and if you missed this morning's free 30-minute marketing training, you missed a lot. Just ask the people who attended. Well, I do this every morning. We do it on Zoom and stream it also on Facebook Live. If you have something you'd like me to cover, go ahead and send it in. Let me know what you'd like me to do for you. This is all in response to the pandemic. Businesses have been hurt. I want to help. So please join me tomorrow morning. Join the rest of the crowd. We'll see you then.
All right, so there you go. I hope I see you tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 in California. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again really soon, okay?